Hey guys, if you're enjoying these stories, please smash that subscribe button and help me reach 6,000 subs. Drop a like, leave a comment. I read every single one, seriously, thank you so much. My name's Alex, and if you'd asked me a year ago what mattered most to me in this world, I would have said loyalty. Not cash, not success, just straight up loyalty. It used to feel like the simplest, most solid thing. Unshakable. Reliable. That all flipped the day Mia looked me dead in the eyes and told me she wasn't going to block the guy she slept with behind my back. Her exact words? It's complicated. I still can't get over how casual she sounded. Like she was telling me it might rain later. Not admitting she blew up the trust we'd built. I didn't even say anything at first. I just stood there in the kitchen staring at the girl who used to fall asleep on my chest every night, trying to figure out how she could talk to me like I was some random dude who wandered into her apartment. We'd been together almost 2 years, and for a long time everything felt perfect, at least to me. She'd stick little notes on my bathroom mirror that said stuff like, "You're my safe place," or, "Never forget you're loved." I still have every single one of them folded up in a shoebox I haven't touched since it all crashed. But somewhere along the line Mia started changing. Not overnight. It was slow, like a bulb burning out. She got colder, snappier, always restless. She just started this new job at a marketing agency downtown. And that's when Jake's name first popped up. At the beginning he was just some coworker she mentioned in passing. Then he turned into an inside joke. Then a daily character in her stories. Then way too constant. You know that feeling when something's cracking but you haven't heard it break yet? That was us. The first red flag was her phone. Nothing dramatic, just little habits. Flipping it face down when a text came in. Stepping into the hallway to take calls, acting like it was no big deal. One night she passed out on the couch and her screen lit up. Can't stop thinking about earlier winking face. I didn't open it. Didn't even pick the phone up. I just stared at those words until the screen went black. Next morning I brought it up. No yelling, no accusing, just asked. She started crying before I finished the sentence. That's when she admitted she'd cheated. She tried softening it with lines like, "It just happened." I was confused. We were going through stuff. Funny how those problems only show up after someone's already crossed the line they promised they never would. But the cheating itself wasn't what destroyed me. It was what happened next. We're sitting on opposite sides of the bed, air so thick you could choke on it. I asked, "Are you cutting him off? Are you blocking him?" She looked at me, eyes puffy, hands shaking, and said, "I'm not blocking him, it's complicated. Like loyalty is some gray area negotiation. Like betrayal is a calendar conflict. Like I was supposed to smile and say, 'Cool, babe. Figure it out whenever you feel like it.' I didn't scream. Didn't demand answers. Didn't even cry. Something inside me just quietly gave up, like the last support beam finally snapping. The days after were actually worse than the confession. She acted like I was the crazy one for needing space. Called it a mistake. But kept her phone on silent, kept stepping outside to talk, kept defending Jake like he was some tortured artist instead of the guy she picked over me. She wanted us to work through it, while staying on friendly terms with him because, get this, blocking him at work would seem immature. I swear she thought I'd just hold her hand while she decided if she wanted him or me. That's when it hit me. I hadn't just lost her. She was already gone. I was the only one who hadn't accepted it. We tried the fake normal thing for a few days, sitting on opposite ends of the couch watching shows neither of us cared about, fake laughing at jokes that weren't funny. Every time her phone lit up my stomach dropped, not from suspicion anymore, but from knowing exactly what was going on. One night she asked if we could rebuild. It didn't even sound like love. It sounded like damage control. I asked again if she'd block him. No hope in my voice this time, just checking the final box. She sighed like I was asking her to climb a mountain and said the same tired word. Complicated. It wasn't complicated. She wasn't torn. She was choosing him, just slow enough to keep me as the backup plan. The real end came on a rainy Thursday. She walked in late, hair wet, makeup messy in a way that didn't look like rain. She sat down, not close, never close anymore, and said, "Alex, I need you to be patient with me." Patient. Like loyalty is something she'd get around to when it was convenient. I looked at her and asked one last time, "Are you still talking to him?" She didn't say a word, but her face did. That tiny hesitation, that defensive little head tilt. You don't pause when the answer's no. You pause when you're deciding which lie hurts less. I grabbed my jacket and said I needed space. She didn't stop me, didn't reach for me, just nodded like she saw it coming. I walked in the rain for over an hour. No destination, just moving. Soaked to the bone, cold enough to feel numb inside and out. For the first time in forever I felt clear. Not mad. Not broken. Just done. I went back only to pack. When I walked into the bedroom she looked up from, of course, her phone. Her face fell. "You're leaving," she whispered. "Yeah," I said. "I can't rebuild anything while you're still holding on to him." She started crying, but it felt late. Like tears she should have cried months earlier. Kept saying she didn't want to lose me, but every single choice she made said the opposite. She wanted comfort without honesty. Forgiveness without change. There was a time her tears would have wrecked me. That night, suitcase in my hand, I realized I wasn't walking away from the girl I loved. I was walking away from the version I kept praying would come back. That version disappeared way before she ever admitted anything. Right before I left she said, "If you really loved me, you'd understand why I can't block him." I looked at her, really looked, and said, "If you really loved me, you wouldn't have to." I left my key on the counter, got in my car and didn't look back. That first night alone was dead silent, and weirdly peaceful. No phone buzzing across the room. No pretending. Just quiet. She sent a couple texts weeks later. Not begging me to come back. Just the classic, "Hope you're healing" messages people send so they can feel decent without actually doing the work. I never replied. Not because I was bitter, but because there was nothing left to say. She made her choice long before I made mine. Sometimes closure isn't a big conversation or a perfect apology. Sometimes it's just realizing that loving someone shouldn't mean losing yourself to keep them. Walking away wasn't the hardest part. Believing I deserved better, that was the fight. But I did. And I still do.